y'all, what's going on? We're back in the TVK podcast. A
Hey.
brief recess. I'm your host, Je-Ree, joined by
Ashley Sheree here. Hey, y'all, did you miss me?
right? Yes, I gotta say real fast, I don't have my speech, so I'm winging it. This episode of the TVK podcast is brought to you by Handful Sports Bras. The people are saying that these are the best sports bras out there. So go to handful.com and enjoy a discount using our promo code Real Chatter. We do receive a small commission when you use our promo code. Thank you, Handful. All the information will be in the description.
Yes, go ahead and get that because
Go ahead and
you
cop
need that.
that, as we used to say. Do the kids still say that? Go cop that?
I don't know. They be changing everything nowadays. I'm like,
It's so
God, I really
old.
am old.
I
Like, what
do.
the
Oh,
hell?
I be saying stuff. My daughter's like, what? Probably
They
like,
be
cop
like, but
that.
be like, do y'all even say cap anymore? No cap?
Y'all,
Like,
y'all say, no,
no, we're one of
that's,
those.
is that still in? On
They'll
fleek?
look at you like, ugh, mom. Like,
On fleek? Yes. Happy belated Mother's Day to all the mothers out there.
yes, it's an comfort to those.
You know what? It kind of worked out that we took a break last week because TV has been on one this
TVing.
week. NBC said, fuck y'all, Negro.
Oh my God. They said bloodbath. Like nobody survives. You get canceled. You get canceled. You get canceled too. Like I was like, what is happening
So
here?
I want to just get that out the way because, okay, well, CBS canceled The Equalizer. So we knew that was coming. That was like the
Hmm.
last show. And then NBC said, hold my beer because we're canceling Sound Rational. Two black-led shows. And then Suits LA. I said I was like the only one that probably
Oh, Night Court too, though.
Night Court and Lopez versus Lopez.
Oh, so see, they was like, okay, so let's put one white show in there.
Yes. So I was like, damn, Suits LA couldn't get now a second season. Like they couldn't move any of these shows to Peacock like they did Law and Order. They will not cancel a Dick Wolf show. Like, let's be fair.
No, 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 no.
CBS will because I think he does the FBI shows too. But
Mhm.
NBC said, no, we're not canceling Dick Wolf. So you can go to Peacock, but the rest of y'all, no, get the hell out of here.
They loyal to Dick now. They
Yeah,
said, Dick, you've been keeping us with ratings for how many years now? Now this is
right.
what we're gonna do. They doing look like doing good on Peacock. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna switch that over there. Like
Yeah,
literally. Dang,
literally.
that's right. All of the Chicago shows are his, and then on top of that, you have the Law and Order shows.
Right. And then that's what I said on CBS. Aren't the FBI shows his? I could
Oh,
have
I
sworn
don't
he
know
has
about
something,
that
or
part.
maybe that's Jerry Bruckheimer. I could be mistaken, which I should know because this is what we do. But
Yeah.
uh,
But no, girl, let's pause because we need to talk about Amazon.
oh,
Really?
before we do that, I was going to say, and but NBC did renew the Hunting Party and Brilliant Minds. Thank God when
Oh,
it
yes. Whew.
yeah. Yeah.
Now that's the show I care about. Okay. Like Found, and this is what I'm probably gonna get. Hey, Found is cute and all, but Brilliant Minds, that's where it's at for me.
Right. And I know there was another show canceled, and I can't freaking think because they canceled a bunch. But go ahead, talk about Prime real quick while I try to pull up.
See, this is why I don't mess with Prime like that, and I have a really hard time watching their shows because any show that I like from them, they cancel. Prime does not give a show a time to like,
On
you
call,
know,
right?
sit. Garner, like Garner, I said Garner, garner their ratings and make sure it gets up. Like it doesn't even matter if it's a show that is like revered or people really like or there's a following. If they feel like they're gonna cancel it, they're just gonna cancel it and that's just
Yeah.
gonna be that. So it was a Dick Wolf show, on call, I think it was
Yeah, on
called.
call. Hmm.
Yeah, and they can't that show was good with a T. It was good. And they canceled it. I was really looking forward to watching the next season. I thought it
Hmm.
was a great show. I'm very upset, and this is why I said this is why I do not watch Prime shows because they always cancel it. Like the reboot TV series versions of I know what you did last summer. I thought it was cute, so I like that one. And then also it was one that was called Panic as well with like teens and it was just like this weird thing. which I thought was good too, and it was different. They canceled that. Wild Things was good at one point in time, and then I feel like the second season they just kind of jumped the shark. So I didn't.
Cruel Intentions too. They canceled another.
Yeah, Cruel
Yeah.
Intentions.
Mhm.
They
The
they
of Gossip Girl that didn't make it. Wasn't it Gossip Girl or something? They rebooted
no
it.
no Gossip Girl was on HBO Max, which is also
Okay.
who's been canceling all their shows for a couple of years now.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I was pissed at them for the new Pretty Little Liars, which was also
Oh
yeah.
yes, yes.
So
Yeah, they Fox renewed Animal Control and Going Dutch, but they canceled the Hawaii's
yeah, that show was
Rescue
whack.
Heiser. It was whack. I had got no offense,
I
Fox.
gave
I
up.
love you. I had got the screeners for that. I could barely make it through the first episode. I said, "This is not Baywatch. This is corny," and I knew it wasn't gonna last. Yeah.
Yeah, I stopped watching after a while too.
So that got canceled. We said The Irrational and Suits LA, Night Court, Lopez versus Lopez, Found, On Call.
Mm.
They renewed stupid stuff like The Floor, that game show or whatever. Some of the more their cartoons they renewed. I mean, it's just okay.
The
Oh,
game shows get views like that?
right, that's what I'm saying. But some good news is Beyond the Gates, the soap opera
Woo!
renewed today. It was only for one extra season and not like a multi-year deal like most soaps do get, which is weird. But I
Mhm.
guess they're trying to see, what
Yeah, the
to do.
fanfare. And I saw that like a lot of people were worried. Like I understand you're worried, guys, but for me, I knew that our show was in the clear just based off the demos. The talk was floundering and basically dying in the demos for CBS. Now, whereas Beyond the Gates is rating in that, that hospital show, their ratings are like kind of the same and like neck and neck. So that's not a worry. The demos are where the real thing is. So I wasn't necessarily worried because the talk is nowhere near the demos that Beyond the Gates does get. So
And when we say the hospital show, for those that are not in the soap world, we mean General Hospital. People are very upset with it, not watching it. So instead of saying the full name, whenever you hear someone say that hospital show, they mean General Hospital.
yeah,
So,
yeah,
rest
that's
in
what it
peace
is.
to God, I know her as Leslie, but I cannot think of her real name. I'm so sorry.
Denise Alexander. So rest
Alexander.
in peace to Denise Alexander. Don't judge me. I'm not the guru of like the soap world. I just can't help but know
Yeah,
things.
I'm so bad with names, as y'all can tell if y'all been listening to me for any type of time. Going back to my other podcast, I'm horrible with names. I call them by character names. So that's why I was like, you guys know Leslie, Laura Spitzer's mom. But yeah,
Yeah.
to her.
And
But it was getting crazy.
apparently she passed away like 2 months ago. I was like, wow, okay.
Noticing that a lot with certain celebrities that they pass away, but they won't announce it to the public for some time, which you know what, I'm okay with that because take the time
Yeah.
that you need to process that before you
Hmm.
get inundated with a bunch of social media posts. So.
Yeah, I agree with that too. I was surprised at first, but I also understand it because you know what? They had to share this person with the world for so long. I even got to share them in depth. Can I have a moment? So like, I
Mhm.
definitely understand that. So yeah.
So now that we know, this fall is wrapping up. So a lot of these shows are getting now series finales because now we know that they're
Hmm.
canceled. Don't hate me. I don't watch Found or The Irrational, but I mean, I keep my ear to it, but I'm not like an avid viewer. I think
Hmm.
I've said this before. Like with Found, it's interesting, but I can't get past the fact that the girl,
You're thinking logical.
I'm thinking logical, and I can't get
You're
past
a-
the
you're a
eight.
former soap
That
watcher.
Morris didn't. It doesn't make any sense to me. So it's like I can't.
Jury, you're a former soap watcher. You
Yeah,
can suspend logic.
I know.
We do it like soap watchers do it all the time.
I
See,
know.
Jeree trying to act like she didn't watch soaps like that. Girl,
I
you know how to suspend
stayed,
it.
and then 5 minutes later they come back downstairs and they're 20 years old. And when they went upstairs, they was five.
Yep. One soap even did the reversal. Apparently, Days of Our Lives, Sarah Horton is supposed to be a lot older than what she is, and they made her a lot younger. I said, well, it's a first for everything. I'm
Wow,
usually
I've
making
never
the
seen that in
moment.
soap. I've never seen a de-aging before in
Yeah,
my life.
somebody said D-SARS. Like, I was like, they said, oops, mistake.
Oh, wait, wasn't she just born 2 months ago? So yeah, I know, but something about I don't know. And I tried to watch The
Hmm.
Irrational, and I love Jesse Martin.
Jesse, oh yeah, Jesse Martin's
Yeah,
great.
loved him from The Flash, and I was just like, ugh. Some show. I mean, ugh.
Yeah.
Some shows I just can't
Unfortunately,
do.
like
And
unfortunately. I think for me, Found lost me this season. Like it
I can
had me
see
the
that.
first season, but this season, I don't know. Something wasn't hitting the way it needed to be
Mhm.
hit. And is that the girl that was in Chicago? No, what's it? No, the other the show that was a spinoff of Grace. And she played a sister. But dad, you don't watch it like that.
Oh, you talk about private practice?
No, no, the other spinoff with the fire
19.
department. Huh?
Station 19.
Yeah, Station 19. It looked like their sister was the girl who was married to the doctor,
To the
the
doctor,
lesbian
the
couple.
lesbian. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think that is her. Yeah, 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 yeah.
I was like, oh wow. I was like, okay, girl, I see you.
I
It
was,
kind of sucks that
I
the
was
show is now
shocked.
canceled now.
I know I was shocked Station 19 got canceled. I was
Me
shocked about
too. And apparently they had the ratings, but you can I get my conspiracy
that.
theory? I think they only canceled it because they wanted to take over like 911 from Ryan Murphy and
Yeah,
they wanted to have some Ryan Murphy shows.
that's what I think it was. And they were like, we can't have two firefighter shows. I really just think just because they brought 911 over, which is
Mm-hmm.
because Disney owns Fox. They acquired Fox and Hulu through that last deal. So it's like, why don't you just keep it on Fox? You have the money.
Fox too? Oh my
Yeah,
goodness, I didn't
Disney
know
owns
that.
Fox. That's why you could get a Disney Hulu bundle because
Wow.
they own. That's why they were trying to stop that deal a couple years ago because they were like, that would mean Disney owns
Everything?
everything, like
Yeah.
everything, and they couldn't stop that deal, and Disney bought them. And so I was like, well, Disney has the money. I don't know why they just won't leave it with Fox. It just didn't make sense to me, but that's the backroom stuff we're not privy to.
Yeah, yeah. There's probably some reason or method to their madness, like
The method to the
unfortunately.
madness. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Did you watch 911?
in all honesty, no.
No. We're done with 911, but I think honestly, after this season, I, God bless Angela Bassett. I don't think I'm turning that show back on. I'm too pissed.
Yeah, the fall from glory is real, and I don't know what is wrong with this season, but also I think the killing Captain Nash was definitely their final nail in the coffin. I've seen people upset, but not this upset.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't care about Buck and Eddie. I
I
don't
really don't.
him making him sexually fluid. I mean, that doesn't bother me, obviously, but I was like, to me, it just wasn't like this big like, oh,
Yeah.
Buck's gay now or whatever or bi. I was just like, okay, well, okay, like
Yeah, like Buck being sexually fluid or bi is like okay, like that's fine, like whatever. But
like whatever.
I could kind of see it if I'm being honest, I could see it with Buck. Like I could see him going that way, but I'm just like, don't make him get with Eddie now. Like it
Right.
would be different if like Eddie was already gay and he was just like, this is who I am, and but it was never any like flirtation or anything of that nature with them. They were just boys because that's a thing
Yeah,
too, and then all of a sudden it develops into something more.
and it's not.
Like I mean, to backtrack like that, I mean, and we haven't seen any signs. If there were some signs, then I would be like, okay, like bet. I don't really see any signs that Eddie was ever interested in Buck that way. I don't know. That's just
Yeah,
me.
and then I don't know, and then they're like, well, who's going to replace Cat now? Is it going to be Chimney? Is it going to be Hen? It's like I don't want anybody. I don't want y'all to replace him. I'm like like I was
Nobody told Jod to kill
right
him in the first place.
with my family over the weekend, and it came up 911, and my cousin had asked me. It's like because they know we do this, and they think I have like all this insider information. They're like, oh, it's
You
a
trying to
dream,
get
right?
it.
It's a dream. I'm like, no, no, not a dream. They
Prime, Amazon Prime, if you hear this, I'm sorry. I'll watch all of your shows if you give us The Summer I Turned Pretty.
Prime loves us. They will send me and us all the screeners.
We,
So
we we love you too, and we'll love you even more
we love
if
you,
you.
Fox. We love you, ABC Disney. I'm trying to when Percy Jackson comes out, I'm trying to get them screeners. Wait.
We love you.
Um, I'm not watching 911. And then I keep, they left a bad taste in my mouth, what they did with, Lone Star. We talked about that. And then I
Hmm.
keep seeing the casting for Nashville, and it's not a black person or person of color.
Oh yeah, isn't it
Like,
Chris
hello?
O'Donnell, Jessica
Yeah.
Chapson, like Chapson? what one of the Jessicas.
Girl,
Um,
yeah, a girl from Grey's Anatomy.
Anatomy, yeah.
Yeah, Robbins.
Yeah, they just literally took the former Grace people. For Chris O'Donnell was on he was a love interest for Meredith too at one
He was
point.
the vet with the dog. They were like,
Yep.
hey, let's just take these old Grey's cast and put them on 911. And it's like, what are y'all doing over there, Ryan Murphy?
Yeah.
What are y'all doing? So, oh, speaking of that, Dr. Odyssey is still on the bubble and Gross Point Garden Society. Those are like the two last shows that they have not
Oh.
made a decision on. So it's not looking, I don't know. It's like when it takes this long, it's not good, but it seems like they're trying to find a way to save it.
Hmm.
They could put Dr. Odyssey on Hulu and they could put Gross Point Garden Society on Peacock. They really could.
Yeah, like, and that's the thing about Gross. Like, once they moved it to a Friday, I was like, see,
Yeah.
I can't get too invested because if y'all cancel, I'm gonna be pissed. So that's why I'm like, you know what? And then if y'all end on a cliffhanger, I'm gonna be fuming
Like
because I
you get
hate when they
moved
do
like
that.
4 episodes in and they move your date and time slot, it's not looking good. It's
At
not.
all. Even though I know that's a telltale sign. I figured I peeped that when I was a young girl. I was like, oh no, I'm gonna show
They're
them
like
moving it.
Friday nights is the TV show death because nobody is staying at home to watch a show on Friday night.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. If they
No.
could go out, they're gonna go out. So yeah. But oh
Yeah.
my goodness, I know we were just talking about, the different shows and dropping, but can I just say how hot that scene was with Grey's Anatomy? Let's see if you know what part I'm talking about.
I'm not caught up. Wait, I saw the clip. I told y'all Grey's
You
Anatomy.
did, you did, you did.
I saw that.
You did.
Saw that clip. I was like, I didn't watch the whole episode, but I said, I'm gonna see if he's gonna come in and they're gonna have sex. And that I knew it. They broke up. And 2 seconds later, Simone
Because
is
now I'm drunk
guy.
and I'm upset and I feel some type of way. But the scene was hot.
It's hot. Her scenes with him are hot too. So
Yeah,
she has
it's her.
chemistry with
It's
everyone.
her.
It's her. And I'm
Hmm.
like, that I wouldn't mind being stuck between these two guys. Who should I choose?
Word, girl. At this point, I don't even care. And I don't mind Lucas, but he's low-key kind of getting on my nerves. At some points, I understand. The thing is, I understand where they're both coming from, and it feels like they can't find a common ground like anywhere. Like nobody's too right, nobody's too wrong, but trying to find somewhere in the middle is just not working for them right
Now, do you
now.
think they're
So,
toxic? Do you think they're toxic? I think they're toxic. They're always getting into shit. I'm like, maybe I should just be friends.
yeah, they are always getting into things. And
Yeah.
that's like part of the main reason. And I don't subscribe to toxicity in relationships. That's why for Beyond the Gates, I am like a hell no when it pertains to Bill Hamilton and Danny. I don't care
Mhm.
how fire the chemistry is. He treats her like trash.
Right.
Absolutely freaking not. But I don't know why I didn't see it with them. I'm gonna have to look more closely with them because
And if
they
we're like being honest, I mean, Derek and Meredith were super toxic.
Oh, definitely. And as quiet as it's kept, I never liked them together. The two people that I liked the most besides Miranda Bailey, because I thought she was this badass black woman telling these interns what it is and what it isn't. I just really loved Addison. I thought she was so freaking dope. How she just walked up in there and commanded everything.
That
Um,
hair. Oh, so you're
huh?
that red hair? You're the intern.
Yes. Oh my God. The
Yes.
way she strolled up in there,
Yeah.
like what? And that you made me free. Oh, and Sandra Oh's character,
Yes.
Christina. Those were the two women that I loved. Obviously, I guess it's self-explanatory. Two women who are smart, hold no punches, go after what they want, very ambitious. Of course, I like them versus a Meredith. I feel like Meredith grew into that more.
She did. And I think Ellen Pompeo agrees because she has said she's like the original pick me because she was on
Hmm.
TV saying, begging Derek to pick her. She said, choose me, love me. I was
Yeah,
like,
she
this
said
girl.
that she didn't even want that scene.
And
But
she said she did because it's embarrassing. It's like, stand the fuck up. Why are you
yeah,
begging him? Like, yeah. So to me, they were toxic. Yeah.
yeah, no. Yeah, no, I see that.
Yeah. And then
I and I'll say it right here and now. No, I do not like J-Pro. I cannot stand Jackson and April together.
I thought they were so mismatched. This is why you and I are co-hosts because I was like, why are they trying to sell this great love story between them? And him and Stephanie were so much better.
Thank you. And I also feel the way I don't like them is just because of how he did Stephanie. Like
Yeah.
how he left her.
Mhm.
Like I didn't like that. At a wedding, no less. Like you could at least have a little bit more respect,
And then she
like than
kept
that.
asking is the point, like, yo, are you sure you don't have any
Yes.
that part? And then they try to put him with his stepsister. That shit was weird. And I'm like, Jackson is the best looking guy that you have on there. And you
Hmm.
can't find somebody for him.
And it was because they didn't have, I think people would have let it go, but they really didn't have any Kim. You know what I'm saying? Like he actually had chemistry with Stephanie. And yeah, like he had chemistry with Kepner or whatever. But I didn't really think it was all that damn great to be hooting and hollering about. I don't know.
No.
That's just me.
And
Yeah.
then how you were saying Miranda was getting, you know, she has her husband, Ben. That reminded me of how everybody's going crazy over Sinners, saying that as you know, as a plus size baddie, they love seeing a plus size girl get loved
That's
on. And I'm like, Miranda's been getting loved on from jump.
Yes, she really has, and people don't equate that.
Yeah,
But I can we just talk about I know it's a TBK, but we gotta
yeah,
talk about Sinners for like a minute
yeah.
because the real love story in that whole situation was Elijah and Annie. Period. I was about to say Elijah Smoke and Annie. Like it was just like them. I just could feel the love.
Mhm.
I wasn't for Mary and Stack. Like, I also didn't like the way that they treated each other either. I think maybe it's just me and the toxicity of it all. Like, if you're too toxic, like, I just like, it's like, like, no, it's like a red flag to me. And I felt like they were really, really toxic. And at first, I was talking to my best friend, and I was just like, I feel some type of way that those two got to end up together. And I was like, then I sat and I thought about it, and I was just like, but in reality, so did Elijah Smoke and Annie because at the end of the day, you know, he got to be with his family. He got to be on the other side and happy with his family, which is all that they wanted because they were still grieving the death of their child, like
Yeah.
period. But you could just see the love, like they loved each other down. Like, oh, they just loved each other down. Ugh, I
I get
just can't
why.
you
Yeah, I get why the marketing was to push because Haley Steinfeld is the more known actress over Woomy. Even though I've
Mhm.
loved her since first time I
I
saw
know Lovecraft Country. Come
her.
on now, let's
Yeah,
talk about it.
and but of course, like international or Haley's in Marvel, she's Hawkeye, like she's the more known
Oh,
name.
she's in Marvel. Okay.
Yeah, she's Hawkeye, girl.
I
She's
didn't know.
a teacher. Yeah. So it's like you put him and then obviously he's in Marvel too. So it's like they could play on that. So
Yeah.
I get why that marketing was more them, but I love how Ryan Coogler said these are the two main couples. Like he gave enough time and care to both couples.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did. He did. And it was like Smoke has his girl, Stack has his girl. And
Hmm.
yeah, I loved it. You know, when she was like, "Your body don't forget me" or whatever. And
Yeah, girl, that was a scene, that was a bar, that was a line, that was a everything.
yeah, I
Like
appreciated that scene more than Haley's scene because Haley and Michael's scene was just so much more like graphic, like, oh, drink my drool. And I was just like, whoa, 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 whoa. I
When
mean,
she said you want to taste it, I was like, I mean, I know about that stuff, like, but I'm like,
hey, we
no.
grown. I mean, I've done some things, but I'm like, I've never done that.
You know, I'm saying, like,
Yeah,
but there are people who like it. I've heard.
I don't. And then I took my daughter with me. She's been seeing. I'm like, come your ears. She's like, what is? I'm
You're
like,
being such a oh my God. Have you ever been in a movie theater with your parent and it's a X scene?
no, thank God.
I have. It's like,
Oh my
hey.
daughter, I'm looking at her like, I'm like, this isn't real. This is all disgusting.
Oh my God. Don't you look at this. Like,
Yeah, she was like,
that was so awkward. I mean, I think it was Save the Last Dance.
mhm,
Even though it wasn't like graphic or
yeah,
anything. Me and my mother used to go to movies together, matinee. That
yeah.
was our thing on the weekend. And so I'm like, oh, we gotta Save the Last Dance. Not like I've never seen any, you know.
Yeah.
I watch soap operas, like whatever. But it was something about being right next to my mother in this big old theater with like a whole bunch of people, and we were just like, and he takes off her top and all of this other stuff.
Titties is out.
Yeah, like,
Clapping. Cheeks
okay,
are clapping.
okay. Hey, mom.
Right?
Yeah.
Luckily, I already had to talk with my daughter. And
Yes.
I mean, it did feel kind of weird, like watching them do that, and she's sitting right there, and she's 15, and it's
Yeah.
like,
It's
okay,
like, all right, Haley and Michael
yeah,
B.
like
Jordan,
wrap
let's wrap this
that
up. Come
up.
on, Ryan. Go to the next scene, Ryan.
This girl cannot stop talking about Bo Chow. I guess he's all over TikTok. It's always like Bo Chow, Bo Chow, Bo Chow. And I'm like, girl, I do not care about Bo Chow anymore. They are all over Bo Chow, these kids. Oh my God.
God, I
But yeah, that's a
can't.
little movie news.
Yeah, okay, good. Yeah, we could go back to the TV.
But I mean, but Sinners is an exception. I mean, that has just blown up. Congrats to everyone involved. I love that for them.
Yes.
I love that for them so much.
How I know I'm obsessed with something is when I start watching their interviews. So I went on
After watching their
YouTube
interviews.
and I started watching their interviews. I've only other done that for another show wise would probably be like All American because I was obsessed with All American at one point. Now not so
That's off.
much.
That's off. I wonder, is that renewed? Was this the final season? D from Soap Opera Podcast has been reviewing that every week.
I don't it need to be without Spencer and Olivia.
Yeah,
Like,
because
what's
the
the
leads are
point?
gone, so like they could just go ahead. Well, the CW is dying anyway, so it's
Yeah,
like
they typically took off all their shows too at this point in time. I think All American's probably one of the only like
All
original shows.
American Wild Cards, and they renewed Wild, which is so weird. They renewed Wild Cards in Canada, but they have not said what the CW is doing. So I guess if you have some
Ooh.
VPN or something, maybe you can watch the Canadian
Version.
channel legally, of course.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so they have Wild Card, and they have like Sherlock and Daughter. I'm like, nobody's watching Sherlock and Daughter. Like, what is
Yeah,
that?
like no.
No
I
offense.
think it's probably like just time to like let it go. Like it'll be funny. I'll be talking on Twitter with people and they'll like literally too, like when they had left and they had their wedding, which was so dope. Olivia
Mhm.
and Spencer's wedding was blackety black black. Like it was just black.
Yeah.
And it's great. It was nice. But people were like, all right, well, this is my farewell. This was the series finale, y'all. Like, I saw so many tweets like that. Like, this is a great way for my couple to go out.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
Ever. I wonder what that's like because none of my couples ever get that. What is that like to have a
No,
happily ever after?
wait, you've never had a happily ever after couple?
I'm like, no, I don't think so.
My holy grail, my anti couple that wasn't ever supposed to be a couple. We got together at the end. I just felt like that was God. Like, here, my child. Like Joey
Like
and Pacey.
every couple, and it always involves a black woman, of course. It's like it's
Oh,
never.
not even Claire and Overton or Martin and Gina. Like they ended
I guess
up.
you want to count the comedies. I don't like, but the dramatic, like no.
It's
Like, yeah, the
dramatic.
series, no, because I'm like, okay, I was going to get into New Amsterdam. No. I was going to get into The Good Doctor, the black girl left on that show.
Yeah, she
Um,
did. I didn't
so,
like who she ended up with at the end anyway either.
so I was like, okay, well, she's not on the show. Then we all know what happened with Sleepy Hollow. They played my girl.
Yeah, that was
But my
annoying.
ultimate couple that like I've always loved, it's a comedy from my teen years, and I'm sure this relates to a lot of people. Sean and Angela, like that was the first like couple I could say I shipped
Oh,
or whatever.
yeah.
I love because I had loved Boy Meets World, and then she came on the
Me
show,
too.
and then I'm like, this is the last season, okay? Sean and Angela about to get their whole Corey and Topanga treatment. They were like, nope, and I was just like, ever since gotcha, bitch. Right? And
You
then no,
thought.
thought, and then I was like, oh shit, they're gonna bring it back for Girl Meets World. So we're gonna finally know what happened to them. They got back together, sight. And then they canceled that, but it's like known now. Even the creator has said they made a mistake not putting those two characters together because they did not realize how popular they were. I'm like, girl,
I
how?
guess social
Who
media
else
told
them?
them.
Yeah, everyone considers them the couple over Corey and Topanga.
Yeah, definitely. Like they had it. Like
Yeah.
Ryder and Trina, they had great chemistry. People still talk about them to this day as
To this
well. For
day.
me, I feel like the couples that didn't make it that I hear the most about is uh uh say their names for me, Angela and Sean,
Sean and Angela. Mhm.
and then Brenda and Dylan. Those are like the two couples I hear the most about. Fans be like, you did me wrong. Like
And then on Netflix, I always talk about Altered Carbon with Renee Lee Goldsberry, Evangeline from Life to Live. And like that show got canceled. And I was like, can I fucking live, bro?
they
Can
said
I
no.
live? So in soaps, I mean, come on. Like every couple I've ever liked on soap opera. Like,
Yeah.
let's say, I mean, like Shemaya and Ethan, Keisha and Jason.
Oh yeah. I
Yeah,
used to love Keisha and Jason. Like imagine being a child and seeing Keisha and Jason. Like, cause she was so freaking pretty to me.
she's so gorgeous.
I was like a child, like, oh my God.
And they
Like,
really did her wrong because she refuses to come back. They kept over the years trying to get that actress to come back to her hospital, and she was like, "No."
yeah. She like, no, y'all ain't treat me right. I deserve better. She said she was on her mama D, I deserve. Okay. She said, nope.
Right. And then we all know Spencer and Trina. So I mean,
Uh,
it's just been
That
awful.
was crazy. Also, like General Hospital used to have baddies. Like I think about her, and then I think about like Vanessa Marcel, great Brenda. Those two women, like growing up as a child, like looking at them too, I was mesmerized. I was like, oh my God, like they're freaking gorgeous. And you have my girl stuck with Jason and AJ. She could have been
Right.
starting and bopping if she wanted to.
Leo and Greenlee. He died. He died, then blew up. Now he's fallen off, but now he's trying to come back.
Yeah,
And I'm
he's
like,
trying to come back.
I
Yeah.
love me some Leon Greenlee. And then Reggie and Danielle was on the show, Reggie, Michael B. Jordan. And
Yep.
that fell off. And I was like, "Yeah,
Like I am done with this.
right now, I just watch the show to watch the show. I will not get involved. I will not ship another couple. I'm like, if they make it, great, because I do not want to get invested. They're like,
I'm
oh,
such a shipper.
they're
I'm
like,
such a
Jordy's
shipper.
watching. Let's fuck this up.
I am such a shipper, and I've come to realize that I'm more of an anti-shipper as well. Like sometimes I'll go with the fray, and for me, it's where do I see the chemistry at? Like at like, let's keep it a buck. So, like, even with the Summer I Turned Pretty, I don't think the character of Conrad has chemistry with the character of Belly. I don't. And he's always broody and looking like crazy. And then you have Jeremiah, who's like the golden retriever. Why wouldn't I want them to? So, of course, I'm anti there. I'm just like, I can't win. Don't get me started on One Tree Hill and the whole Lucas and Brooke situation, because then we're talking about friendships and how that's all intertwined and everything. So, like, that was another. They used to piss me off when I was a teenager. So I'll just leave
Buffy
that
and
there.
Angel, Buffy and Angel, they end up together, pissed me off. I mean, the only one, I mean, what the only couple, Joey and Pacey? I
Mhm.
mean, I won there.
Yeah, we all won there, and we thought we did. I remember getting ready for the season finale, and I was like, "Girl, you ain't gonna get your wish, so let's just, get ready. You done lost."
I'm like, girl, Buffy and Angel for me was everything as a teenager. I'm so happy they're bringing that show
Oh.
back. We'll see what happens. I mean,
Well,
Angel,
like how your Buffy and Angel was Brenda and Dylan for me. So, and I was like 5.
that's why I was like, I like Simone and Lucas. I see the chatter online for Simone and Lucas, but I'm not going to get too invested because look, now they broke up, and
hmm
she's messing with someone else. So I'm like, I'm not doing this. I'm 40. I'm going to be 40 soon. You are not doing this to me anymore.
I rebuke you.
Yes, I don't get it. I mean, I know that these couples have to go through drama, and no one doesn't. Sometimes you break up,
Yeah.
you get back together. I get it, but
We
sister,
get the angst. We get it. We get
couple,
it.
yeah, can we just have a happy couple that go through things, but they don't have to break up?
Yeah, they figure out a way through it.
Yeah, like come on. Is there a way to do it without them being boring, like Teddy and Owen or something? I don't know.
Teddy and Owen are so boring.
So good. Like
No, he
it's
needs
on a
Christina.
chalkboard.
Owen needs Christina. That's it. We talked about this. If it ain't Christina, it ain't gonna work.
It ain't gonna work.
Mm.
So I'm like, it really wasn't a lot on because everything is like going off. Go, oh, Ghost, oh, Murder and Pink, and I'm like,
Yeah.
pissed. And I'm like, they're not gonna last.
I feel like this was the week prior, but I have to talk about it when old girl bounced off the bed and out of the TV.
Can I tell you, I had the screeners for rewound that 20 times. I was in tears.
Same. I didn't expect her. He would throw her and just bounce out. Like that was insane.
And when it aired, I had to call my daughter. And I was like, Ariana, you have to watch this. But you don't watch the show. And I was like, look, just look at the scene. I was like, this is his first time about to have sex. Look what he does to the girl. Throw her in the bed. And the way she screamed, the actress, thank God, she was like, oh. I like that so much. I'm about to be in tears right now. That scene
Oh
was
my goodness.
so funny.
It was hilarious. Oh my God. I just can't with that show. It's so funny. Like, and there'll be moments that you don't think that, you don't even feel laughter is coming. And then all of a sudden,
Oh my gosh. She was like, woo.
I think that's probably why it was so much more funnier
That
too.
part was so much funnier. Her scream.
Yo, I can't.
Like she really, and I didn't see it. I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm cracking up. She bounced off the bed and went through the wall.
Literally, like, woo! Like, I do love that show. Who would have known? I just got on that show just so randomly.
That's the tears. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, listen.
I'm
What that
sorry,
means is
y'all.
you just need to watch
We
Ghosts,
just have to watch
okay?
Ghost. If y'all watch this on YouTube, I'll be legit tears. It was so funny.
And we don't have that much time left, so I'm
Oh.
going to
I'm so sorry. Ooh, that was funny.
So yeah, this has been the TV Cave, and you
Yeah,
need to watch Ghost so you can understand
go
why Je-Ree is
watch
laughing
Ghost.
like this.
Watch it. If you don't watch anything, just watch that scene.
You
I
have
think it's
to.
the third before the season finale. Please watch it. Ooh.
Also, anybody watching Real Housewives of Atlanta, I need to know your take on Portia and Shamia because Portia is working my last
Oh
nerve.
man, we don't have time. I was gonna
I
get
know, but we'll
into
talk
last
about
week.
that another
We can talk
time.
about Sweet Tea leaving Married to Medicine.
Oh my
New
goodness,
York
yeah.
City is on pause. But yes, we'll get back to that next week. Y'all, thank you so much for listening. Bye.
Bye.